The following program is a production of Naleo TV.
When you want a great meal, local style, turn on Naleo and sit a while. Watch and listen, then you'll know just how to do it on Audrey Wilson's cooking show.
Aloha, welcome to the Audrey Wilson Cooking Show. Today I have a very special guest. Mary Hudack is actually the grandmother of one of my grandson, Clinton's friends, Richard. So Mary, we're going to do a grandmother show, okay, today? How's that?
We're going to do a simple dinner that you can put vegetables in and chicken, but as long as it's got noodles, the kids will eat it.
Kids will eat it. And that's one of the things. Kids are hard to cook for.
Yeah.
A lot of times because they're kind of particular.
Some of them are.
Yeah, but then if you sneak in vegetables, like when I make spaghetti, I sneak in 1 or 2 carrots in the mix, so they will disappear, you know. Or if I make chili or anything, I always sneak in a carrot.
And when I make stew and rice is a Garen's, and I can make a big crock pot of it, and it'll be like 2 dinners. But what I do is, whatever is left over in the refrigerator, I put it in. As long as it's got the gravy, they don't care what it is.
That's what it is. And we want to teach our kids to eat healthy and eat vegetables. What we're doing here, what are we making here, Mary?
You know, I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of a layered, baked noodle vegetable chicken dish.
Okay, so we have some chicken breasts.
Yeah, there's chicken. There actually, I had about 8 chicken tenderloins because I had a thing of those in the freezer.
Okay.
And I just chopped them up. Okay. And what I do is I saute all the vegetables and all this stuff.
And you put 1 whole onion in here?
Almost, not quite, but
a
little about 3/4 of an onion, and several carrots. And
like about 2 carrots that are cut into
no, probably about 5 carrots.
Oh, really?
Because I thought we were going to make this for like 10 people. And I thought, oh, I better bring. Anyway, so basically what I do is I just, you know, you can do this with tofu. You don't need chicken. You can do it with other things, but it's.
Will the kids eat it, or will they take?
Oh no,
the tofu?
no, they'll eat it because they're just so well. They're always into They're always into noodles. So now they're into this bow tie noodles, which are little funny things, and so they oh, you're making noodles, Grandma. Oh, good, okay, you know, so.
Last night I made, I don't know, I found this bag of different types, shapes of noodles.
Right, I've seen those, yeah.
And so I made that, and then I had thrown a bag of pasta primavera, which is just full of vegetables. But when you heat, after you freeze it and you reheat it, all the vegetables disappear.
Yeah.
And so there's just this tomato sauce, and they loved it.
Oh,
so
I should try that one. Oh.
But if it was like big chunks of zucchini and yellow squash, you know, they're gonna.
My grandkids are really into eating zucchini for some reason, you know.
I heard that. Richard loves it.
And I don't know why, but anyway.
I mean, zucchini is one of those things that you can cook with other things and it'll pick up the flavors because it doesn't have its own distinct flavor.
I usually don't like to put zucchini in when I'm doing, you know, sautéing things because it kind of mushes all together and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to my dish last night.
Oh.
Yeah, so they did not know they were eating zucchini and yellow squash and all the good stuff because.
Sometimes I'll tell them, what's in here, Grandma? And I'll say, it's a mystery. If you eat it, you might be able to find out.
That's great. We have grandma secrets, don't we?
Yes.
But as long, you know, that's the biggest challenge is to try to feed the kids healthy and something
Can I
they will
put
eat.
more of this stuff in here? Yeah.
And that is the biggest challenge I think we have as grandmas.
And I think, you know, as a parent, well, with my 3 kids, we were so busy. I'm a social worker. I was working. My husband's a carpenter.
Yeah.
So we didn't, we had a menu every single week. You know.
We were taught that in home economics.
Yeah.
They don't teach that
and
anymore, but yeah.
And so, you know, they didn't help too much until the weekend, you know? But, and also I think my mother didn't like us to help too much in the kitchen because she said we make a giant mess.
Yeah, and we do.
Yeah, so.
I think if we, in our mindset, if we say to ourselves, we're gonna make a mess.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, and just let them do it.
Okay, I'm gonna put all my, well, I have parsley, garlic, salt, and pepper.
Okay.
Usually I don't cook with salt, I don't know why, but because my husband likes to put a lot of salt in it, I say, okay, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, then, yeah, if you're gonna put it, then I'm not doing it, you put it yourself. Right?
Yeah.
I found something really interesting, it's called Everything Spice, and, yeah, well, I think I got it with Posturalist or something. And it's with all kinds of different herbs, and I found it, I thought, well, I'm gonna try it, just, the name just intrigued me, and he really likes it, like on eggs and stuff, instead of salt.
Uh-huh.
So he uses that in the morning, like this morning, when I cook his egg, I go season it, and he seasons it himself. Oh, I got army vegetables flying.
Well, thanks for having that giant wok.
Yeah,
I was gonna bring my big pan and I thought, well,
yeah, usually we have something to cook.
Okay, you know what? Just because this is getting to cook, can we turn this on to get it?
It is.
Oh, it's
on already.
okay. Oh, good. Okay.
Getting heated up, but it takes a while. So I
Okay.
started it. You can hear it crackling.
Yeah. So,
So what you did is you cook the vegetables that cook longer first.
yeah.
Basically.
And this is a decoration for the top. I'm not going to put that. So what I want to do is I want to slice the zucchini, and then I'm going to microwave them a little bit, and they're going to be a layer in this layer thing.
That's
Okay?
one of the layers of
Yeah.
the casserole. Fantastic. But being a grandmother is just a wonderful thing.
It is, and I'm kind of at the point where I really am getting them to try to cook as much as possible. And I just kind of stand back and get the pots out or
You need to do that.
make sure they don't get burned. And
One of the things I always say, one day you're going to go off to college, you're going to be in the dorm, and I don't want you to just be eating ramen.
yeah, right.
You know, and you can cook something if you have the ability to do that or if you're in an apartment or something. And not eat instant food because it's full of sodium and it's not good for you. You're not eating vegetables. So I think once you get them trained to always eat vegetables, they know that on their plate there are always fruits and vegetables. And they have to eat that and not only, a starch like cider or ramen.
You know, I think I'm only going to need one more zucchini. Maybe I won't. This is a lot. You know what? I'm going to stop at 2 zucchini.
Okay. You put that in the refrigerator. Just put it in.
I'll just put it in my bag.
Well, these are cooking up nicely now.
Okay.
And the water's boiling. Not yet. Well, kind of. Real hot.
So what does Quentin, what does he like to cook the most?
You know, we have sushi night. He helps with that. And that's so I'm gonna, this first time I'm gonna make some sushi for him, for showing what he likes to do. He has gotten to be such a sushi eater now.
Oh,
And you know
wow.
what? If I take him out, it's expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
And sushi's very expensive. So when he wants to eat it, oftentimes I'll say, okay, I'll get the sushi rice and then you make the sushi. So he goes and creates, I'll just leave him a platter of rice and rice balls and he just makes whatever.
Oh, okay. Can I put it in?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, as long as we leave it on high, right?
How many minutes is
You
it
know,
for?
well, they
Yeah,
say
we
about
did.
10
Is
minutes.
it 10 minutes? Because I can time.
Well, it says 10 to 12, but. And I'm not sure if it's totally enough because I have 2 pans here, so I'm going to put a little bit of just old macaroni. And I know as a cook, you know, people say, well, this will cook faster or this will cook slower, but you know, as a grandma, I don't care, just cook it.
And the size of the pasta is pretty much at 10, 11 minutes, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
If you put something another shape,
yeah.
then it would make a difference. But now I think it's okay.
My husband, we've made our own noodles,
Yeah.
but that's a project, you know?
Yeah.
And we made them one time with, I think, with 2 of the grandkids, and it was like, oh my God, don't do this. There was like flour on the floor.
Yeah, it's got flour everywhere. So you're putting a layer
So
of
I just
noodles?
put a layer, not a big layer,
Yeah,
and then I go over and I put a layer of whatever this
Okay.
stuff is.
yeah.
I should have a name for this, huh?
Yeah. Grandma Mary's casserole.
Yeah.
How did you create this?
You know, we just, the noodle thing, you know?
You don't-
Okay. And then I'll need, I guess I'll use a spoon again. I'll put some zucchini around here. My hands are really clean though, okay, because my daughter's a clean freak about hands in the kitchen. Okay. Then I'm going to put a layer of. And you know, I just do a handful. I mean, I don't do, you know,
Yeah.
my husband said, you know, you got to measure things. You can't just go cooking and doing any kind. And I said, well, I'm just going to try this, okay?
And that's about maybe half a cup.
Yeah.
Let's see something. My hands are clean.
I think it's just like some of the stuff from the other
Yeah.
thing.
So with this much, you can make just, you're gonna make one.
Well, you know, I think I could just make one. I could,
Why don't you just, yeah.
yeah, and I'll just have extra that I'll take home if
Yeah,
I, you know.
Okay.
But I know you were saying that for 10 people, and I thought, oh wow, I better get a whole bunch of stuff. But
No, you're good. Just tasting it.
and I'll move over here. No, that's okay. When I cook this at my house, I move all over the place. You know. But you know, the one thing you said to me, I think when we first met, was about teaching kids to cook.
Yeah.
And you know, that's just so important, you know.
Even basic stuff, but just something that, you know, and hopefully, like I said, making sure they know about eating the fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Half of their plate should be fruits and vegetables.
Right.
And I keep drilling them in the head every morning. Their plate is full of fruits or, you know, vegetables. And they know. So then when they go to somebody's house, I notice they'll say, oh, there's no vegetables. So they do, you know, they pick
They
up
know.
on it. Yeah, they know that. Something's wrong here. We're supposed to have vegetables.
They like, my grandkids seem to, except the one that only likes raw broccoli,
Yeah.
they'll eat, so zucchini and broccoli are the Garens, you know? And cauliflower, I had to fake it out and tell them it was white broccoli. And so,
One without pigment.
and so they said,
Broccoli without
it doesn't taste really like like real broccoli. I said, well, it's kind of, you know, it's just, it's really called cauliflower. Oh, I don't want it. I said, no, you already started eating it. You're fine.
Just finish it, right?
Yeah. I'm getting your counter full of
No, that's-
stuff. So when I would make this for the grandkids, I usually would make like a, well, I mean, I don't always, but you know, silly face or some kind of thing. And that way it's like, oh, I want this one, I want that one. And it's like, okay, good. But I think what I'll do is I'll just, and you know what, I don't think I brought foil, and I guess that's not too bad, but, and I don't know if you even need it, but
You don't want to burn it, I guess?
yeah.
Yeah, here's,
Okay, I'll have to see my quilting stuff here. So
yeah. You quilt?
yeah, I like to do that.
Oh, good. I do too. I don't have time right now. I want to get back into cooking.
Well, I was going to put my
Oh, yeah,
brother's
I forgot.
special little sauce stuff on.
Yeah, and this is zucchini chutney.
It's called zucchini. He calls it zucchini relish, but basically what it is a whole lot of vinegar, zucchini, and red and green peppers.
It looks like chow chow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you
Now
go.
ready to go.
What if this tastes terrible?
It will be. If the kids will eat it, I tell you, you're the most critic of them all.
You can put that in there.
It's at 2:05. It's not quite there yet.
And that's okay. We're going to cook it between 15 and 20 minutes.
So now, Mary, we're going to do Quentin's favorite, which is sushi. But I'm going to do the simplest one first. Now, did you know that when you go to a sushi bar, you always eat this egg first, tamago?
No.
The reason you do that is because if the chef is a good chef, he seasons it properly.
Oh.
If it's seasoned properly, then you know that he's a good chef. That because everything else is just cut fish
Oh,
and all
okay.
of that, right? So there's no other way to tell if he's a good chef. Now, with sushi is interesting. I always say that it's cooking opposites. You cook the rice hot, you season it with equal amounts of vinegar and sugar, you salt it, but you can't touch it until it's cold.
Okay.
The reason is because you cannot mix, it has to cool off, otherwise
Oh,
it
or
will
it's
go
going to,
bad.
yeah, okay.
And then the other thing that's really interesting, the history of sushi is, they used to carry the rice, in little packets.
Right,
They used
right.
to walk all over.
Yeah,
Japan.
kibidango.
But what had happened was, they were finding out that they would get sick if they had long voyages. And what it is in rice and in a lot of the grains, there's a bacteria called, I think it's called serious bacterium. And it is present in the rice, the raw rice. It doesn't get killed by cooking.
Oh.
So if you, and it always worries me when I go to somebody's house and I see rice sitting, and
Yeah.
I think, I hope they're not going to eat it, because they could end up with a tummy ache, because the cereal will give you a tummy ache. So they found out in just experimentation that by putting vinegar in the rice,
Oh, okay.
they could then, it lasts longer.
Right.
They could go on their journey with their little
Yeah.
rice balls, and go, walk to another town or city or whatever. So that's why my mom, I remember when we used to make sushi, my mom used to have this big container and she fanned the rice to
Oh,
make sure
okay.
it's cool before we start making sushi. Now I got 2 things here. This one is a
Mirin?
mixture. This is 2 tablespoons of dashi.
Okay.
You can just make that with kombu and katsuobushi. 1 tablespoon of sake, and 2 teaspoons of sugar, and a
Oh,
4th
wow.
teaspoon of salt. That is what I'm going to mix my eggs in. You think, oh my God, it's going to be so liquidy, but it's not. It'll give there's enough egg in it to give it body. And then we're going to make the egg roll. And this is a special egg roll pan that I picked up in Japan.
Do you have it on hot? Do you have it heating up?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know. And then it comes with a special, which is the exact length of this. I don't know. I saw one show, a Japanese show, and the guy was like, he was making scrambled eggs, and he said, mix this 22 times. Why 22? I don't know. But he wants it well mixed.
Uh-huh. So you said, wait, 2 tablespoons of sake?
1.
1.
And I think it's 2 tablespoons of dashi.
Oh, okay, okay.
So what I do is, I always, when I go to Japan, I always buy the dried dashi
Oh, okay.
powder that's individually packaged. And I just, so what I'm going to do is,
You
a
do it very
thin
slowly.
layer. Yeah, it's an interesting process, but I'm gonna make the first layer, and then I'm gonna roll it. So I've never done it on an electric pan. I have a gas stove, so I have to let it cook for a bit. But we're gonna make egg roll like that.
So that was about a third of a cup, maybe?
I got a scoop at home, and it usually is about 3 scoops, little scoops
Oh,
like
okay.
that. So I'm not sure, but it's just enough to make a layer,
Mhm.
but not too thick because you want that top layer to cook too, without burning the bottom. But these are tamago pans that you can pick up at any store, a department store in Japan. So see how I let this cook
Uh-huh.
through? And then I'm going to slowly roll it.
Oh my goodness.
So if you look at the real tamago, it looks like it's in layers,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and it's because it's done like this. So this is the first layer. This
Oh,
is
wow.
a little soft, but
Okay.
it's going to continue cooking in here. So then I'll put another, straighten this out, and I'll put another small thin layer.
They're not going to stick together?
You want them. This is part of the whole
Oh,
big roll. Okay, so now, come on. See how they joined here?
Uh-huh.
Because I'm gonna join them.
Oh.
Because I'm gonna push it this way now
Okay.
to make it another. The roll's gonna get bigger. Bigger. Okay.
And then you do another one?
Now I
Oh
do
my
another.
goodness.
That's the whole process of making this tamago roll. And what's really interesting is when I was growing up, my mom would sometimes do an egg roll, but she would put, like, at a certain stage right here, she'd put some nori. And so in between there'd be nori.
Oh, so it almost looks like those fancy,
Layers, yeah. But there's the second that makes it.
which well, did they have those small, they didn't have those small noris then, right?
No, you just
yeah, you have to
the
cut it.
big
Yeah.
sheet. The one that you would make musubi or sushi with, the full sheet. Oops. Okay, that's see how it has to join.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe I turned it to, and then that's that layer here.
And that's only 4 eggs. It looks like
Yeah.
there's a lot more.
And then so what's going to happen is it'll make one roll, which will cut into maybe 11, 12 pieces. But you see, but you're getting the situation here.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's going to happen is you're going to have rolls like this.
Oh my goodness.
I just use some leaves. So you have little egg rolls. So just like that.
Did you make these this morning?
Yeah, I made it this morning when the rice cooled down.
So do you need to maybe kind of do this a little bit?
Yeah.
Can I play with it a little bit?
Yeah, play with it. Do it at home because it's not one piece, it doesn't.
Well, it looks good, even if it's a little.
And I know I'm working with electric stove, so I want this all to be one part now. Possibly.
Ooh, wow.
Anyway, you get the idea of the roll.
Okay, so 2 tablespoons of dashi, 1 tablespoon of sake, and a 1/4 teaspoon of something.
Salt
Oh, salt.
and 4 eggs. And that's it. So you can see the flavor of it. So this is how you make an egg roll. Turn this on.
Do you want a plate to put it on?
Yeah.
Here you go. This is. That's good. All right.
That's pretty much what it's supposed to come out. And then you'll have, this like this. And then I cut the nori in little pieces like this. And
Oh.
then I just wrap it. So that it's already done. And then when you make this, I usually just use a form.
Uh-huh.
Because then it's consistent. You have to pack it pretty tight.
See, I only have the small form, but you have the big one, yeah? I mean, the
This one
long.
is special and I use this for when I make sushi because for Quentin, I get this all ready. He does this, and then presses it down.
Yeah.
If this is not packed enough, if it's not packed enough, it'll fall apart.
Do you want a cutting board to put it on?
Nope, I'll put it right here.
Get things out of your way.
So you have these beautiful, it's
Uh-huh.
shaped for you. And then you just put that on top after you slice it. Wrap a little piece of nori
Uh-huh.
and you have sushi. Really easy.
So you're using the large nori and you just cut it.
I use this
Oh,
with it's called ajitsuke. It has taste in it.
Oh, okay. But it's not the
Kids
Korean
like it.
seasoned one.
It could be the Korean one. But the Korean one I think is more crunchy.
Mm-hmm. And it breaks a lot.
It breaks easily. So this is just the seasoned nori sheets that the kids like to eat as a snack.
Oh, okay.
And then I just cut it in half and then put it on top. So I'm going to cut this into pieces. I need a knife. So you get a knife here. So I'll just cut it like this. Put this on top and get the nori and just wrap it to hold it together like that. It's really
Oh.
See, it really easy. Unfortunately, fill it out. Get some nice pieces like this. And then this is the, I always make extra vinegar and red water, and sugar for dipping.
Mm-hmm.
Have French's sushi. Okay, Mary, let's taste this and see how it tastes.
Yes, I hope
Came out of the
it
oven.
tastes okay.
50 for 30 minutes.
Yeah, 20 to 30 minutes.
I like this. I know the kids will like this.
This is definitely a kid's kind of food.
Oh, with grandmas. That's what we want. We cook so that our kids will eat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now try the sushi. Tell me if you like the egg. The sushi is pretty straightforward, but
Well, mine kind of fell apart, but it's
yeah,
fun to
I
eat
know.
it. It's fantastic. It really is, you know?
Yeah, it's a simple egg recipe, but
Now, this
everybody
is
has their own recipe.
See, because my grandson's always talking about tamago. How come you can't make tamago, Grandma? Blah, blah, blah. You know, so now I've got a recipe.
Thank you, Mary, for coming to be on the show with me.
Well, thank you. It
Really
wasn't.
appreciate
It wasn't as scary as I thought.
No, it isn't. It isn't. And thank you for watching the Audrey Wilson Cooking Show. Until next time, aloha.
The preceding program was a production of Naleo TV.